All right, it's late on a Friday night. Actually, it's very early Saturday morning. If you look at the clock there. Anyway, I'm working on this red boat. Now, what I'm doing is today I went around and made sure that this edge was as even as I could get it, so I won't have any trouble mating it up to this. Anyway, what I'm doing right now is I want to sand and buff the whole thing. So what I'm doing now is, if you look real close, you can see all these, like this haze. What I'm doing is wet sanding this whole deck to get out any little imperfections I should say, that are in the mold. Like, and I'm not gonna be able to get them all. Anyway, like you could see right here, that's a little bit of orange peel. That's in the mold. It's gonna be on every one of them. What I'm doing is I'm just carefully sanding. And being a red boat, my hands are turning red. My legs are turning red. The floor is turning red. I'm looking terrible, like I killed somebody, because red is crazy. Anyway, I'm sanding all this smooth just to get it super smooth. I'll get back to that in a little bit. But I'm going over it right now with 800 grit sandpaper. I will go back over it when I'm done with 1000 grit. And that should be fine enough. Now on a hull side, really the most I go on, like the side of a hull, is 600 grit, because my compound will actually take out 600 grit scratches, but it takes it out with less work if I take it all the way to 1000. And let me show you the compound I use. This is it right here. McGuire's Mirror Glaze Diamond Cut Compound 2.0. If you look at this scale on the left, that tells you, if I can focus it, it's heavy cut. I mean, really, I don't even need to take the 800 and 1000 here. I could do this with 600 and I could get out the scratches, but the problem is I would have to buff and buff and buff. But if I take it to 1000 or even to 1200, but really with gel coat, anything past 1000 and you're just rubbing the thing for no reason, you might as well buff at that point, because the compound is stronger than 1200 grit. Anyway, it's looking really good. The motor well's all real nice. I need to go back into this little area, but even so, if I just leave that, the motor's going to be here. You're not going to see that, but I'm going to go back over it because I kind of want this one looking nice. And you can almost see, if you sand it just right, it's almost shining as it is. Now this is something I learned how to wet sand repairing molds and working on boats at the boat factories. I know a lot of places you know, they use DAs and stuff like that, but it just can't beat a nice hand sanding. Doing it by hand with a sanding block, a squirt bottle, and some good old-fashioned elbow grease. Nice even pattern across, and it almost shines without buffing it. And anyway, that's my little secret for wet sanding. I'm going to keep at it. I got the phone sitting up here and watching Netflix while I do it, just, you know, sanding a section at a time. You get the phone up here, watch Netflix. For some reason, I'm currently watching romantic comedies, but when I get through a whole list of those, I'll go back to science fiction again. But I've watched a ton of that, so it's just something different. Anyway, when I get this all done, I'll go ahead and cut that section out. I need to trim in here, but when I get it all sanded and buffed, then I don't have to worry about trying to do this after it's all rigged. I can basically rig it and put it on the hull and glue it, rivet it, put the rub rail on it, do, you know, connect everything, put the transom plate on it, whatever else I need to do, and get it out of here and double time it on the white boat over there and that jet boat. And we've got some other ones here to do. I've got another green one to build. As soon as I get some more resin in here. I need some resin. Anyway, I just wanted to share this. This is, I mean, wet sanding is not the most fun thing, but I like it better than buffing. So the more I wet sand, the less I gotta buff. Anyway, all right, thanks for watching.